Chapter 5, Gossip. At the private club. This is a newly built clubhouse near the mountainside in recent years. On the top floor you can see the whole city. That is the special feature of this clubhouse. Even if you don't go to the top floor, from the moment you step in, you can already see half of Shangjing. Needless to say, the interior is luxuriously designed, melodious music, food, conferences, entertainment are all available, even the waiters are handsome men and beautiful women. It is a place for people with free money to kill time. In her past life, she often came to this place. When she had nothing to do, she played table tennis, sang karaoke, and had fun. Since her resurrection, this was the first time she had stepped into this place. Luxuriously decorated, a group of young people gathered together to have fun. Pft pft. Yao Yuyu winked at Xiangxing. Xiangxing saw that she looked very stupid and unladylike, and glared at her with disdain. What are you doing? Your eyes are twitching? Your eyes are twitching. She was furious, wanting to pounce over and bite Xiangxing. The two of them joked around for a while, then Yao Yuyu mysteriously said to Xiangxing, I say, don't you realize how many times this is? When did someone like that can come here? Xiangxing glanced in the direction Yao Yuyu spoke, only to see a few people gathered in front of her having fun. In the middle was a man wearing a light-colored shirt and jeans, looking very casual. That man was teaching the woman next to him how to play bowling. If Du Ruo was here, she would definitely recognize that woman, Qiao Xian. Xiangxing curled her lips in disdain, clearly not wanting to talk about that woman. Yao Yuyu pursed her lips, her clear eyes looking at her boyfriend beside her. Qin Yan's skin crawled from being stared at, and he could only coax his lover. On the side, Wang Mingyu held a glass of wine, happily sipping his wine. I know. If you know, then tell us. Qin Yan kicked Wang Mingyu. Don't. Wang Mingyu held strangely, jumped up, and dodged once. Isn't she the Qiao family's illegitimate daughter? Wang Mingyu sat up straight. As soon as he finished speaking, everyone around him paid attention. The people around were about to listen to the gossip. This was a hot topic recently. Oh, don't say that. Doesn't her mother fly up high tonight and become a phoenix? One of the girls laughed mockingly, speaking without any courtesy. Oh? When did it happen? I don't know. Wang Mingyu was confused. Continue, I'm listening. Yao Yaya's claw patted Wang Mingyu's head, angry. After waiting for so long, how come she still hasn't gotten to the main point? What could it be? It's the mistress who angered the legal wife to death, then became the legal wife. In a simple sentence, Wang Mingyu summarized the main point. You can't explain more? When I studied, how could I not see that your general grammar was so formidable? Yao Yuyu mercilessly mocked. There's nothing to say. Besides, how could I know clearly? I just heard it from others. Wang Mingyu looked wronged. That's just the Qiao family's illegitimate daughter. I heard there's also a 5-year-old son. She has such a formidable mother, how could she not learn 2 tricks? A female student looked jealous. Is young Master Tang someone who can collude with? Be careful not to steal a chicken and lose a handful of rice. Humph. Qin Yan did not pay attention to what others said, but asked with a serious face, you mean Qiao family? Qiao Rua Qiao family? Excessive talk. How did you get to the fossil era? A man beside him laughed and teased. Qiao Rua changed her surname to Du. Xiangxing finally spoke up. Does he know? Qin Yan asked a crucial question. Can't contact, probably have a mission recently. Xiangxing frowned and replied. In the compound, Xiangxing grew up playing with Qin Yan and Qi Shen. Because of Qin Yan she got to know Yao Yuyu. Xiangxing got to know Du Ruo because of Qi Shen, but later got along well with Du Ruo. Everyone became friends with each other. What about Du Ruo? Can you contact her? Qin Yan asked quickly. Although his good brother and Du Ruo had some problems, Qi Shen was like this, the two of them were unlikely to break up. Right now, Qi Shen was not here, so he took care of himself more. Contacted her once, 2 months ago, as if she was in a hurry, and hung up quickly. Xiangxing shrugged. After that, I couldn't contact her again. 2 days ago, I just came back from another province, finished something and suddenly heard about this. I haven't had time to contact Du Rua yet. If you want to know, just call her and ask her to come out and meet you. Yao Yuyu angrily looked at the two people beside her and grumbled. Yao Yuyu had just returned from abroad, and didn't know Du Rua, but she had heard from Qin Yan that she was his friend's girlfriend. Still Yuyu is smart. Qin Yan flattered. Xiang Xing immediately went to the side, took out her cell phone, and called Du Rua. Qin Yan waved her hand, go play your game. Stay here, what's the fun? Everyone saw that there was nothing interesting to listen to anymore and returned to their seats. How is it? Yao Yuyu looked at Xiang Xing returning. No one answered. Xiang Xing shrugged. Try again. After a long while, no, Xiang Xing helplessly waved her hand. Let's try. Qin Yan took out his cell phone, searched for Qishan's number, found the phone number in Du Rua's house that Qishan had given him before, and pressed the call button. How is it? Xiang Xing asked anxiously. Yeah, wait a moment. Qin Yan put away his phone and glanced at Tang Yu and the others. Yao Yuyu also looked in that direction. I've been abroad for a few years now, but that guy's eyesight is really getting worse and worse. With this kind of identity, he dares to play around. Isn't he afraid of not being able to let go? He's not afraid. In this world, who doesn't know that that guy has a fiancée, and they also know that she's not a good person, they just follow their needs. She wants to use him to enter this upper-class world. Tang Yu is just using her to play around. Xiang Xing laughed coldly. Humph. I don't want to see her either. Yao Yuyu snorted. Speaking of which, these people, regardless of the reason, who doesn't have a lover and a child outside. Let's play a couple of games? Xiang Xing patted Yao Yeye's leg. Okay. Yao Yeye's attention was immediately diverted, and she loudly responded. Xiao Xian rubbed her shoulders. It's been a long time since I exercised. She tilted her head, smiling apologetically at Tang Yu. You play very well, I didn't realize you were a beginner. Tang Yu accepted the towel Xiao Xian handed over, wiping a layer of sweat from her face. Xiao Xian raised the corner of her mouth, somewhat embarrassedly saying thank you. Whoever heard Tang Yu's handsome guy's encouragement would be very happy. Xiao Xian had to go back to school the next day, not daring to exercise any longer, so she stopped playing, sitting alone on a nearby chair, as if inadvertently observing the people around her. Xiao Xian of course also knew that the judging gazes coming from all around were vague, but she was not nervous. If she was not careful she would directly confront the other party, so she smiled gently. Looking at this luxurious place, Xiao Xian found it very difficult to restrain herself from feeling resentful towards Du Rua. Clearly they were from the same father, even she herself was born first, her mother was loved by her father, but based on what Du Rua could openly enjoy such a life. While she herself was being laughed at by others as an illegitimate child, even though she herself had returned to the Qiao family now, she still had to rely on others to be able to enter this luxurious entertainment area. Du Rua, wait, after tonight, I will be the legitimate young lady of the Qiao family. Miss Qiao? A man gently pushed Xiao Xian a little. Yes? May I ask what? Xiao Xian immediately responded, revealing a perfect smile. The man saw Xiao Xian and finally regained her spirit. Young Master Tang, go take a bath. He told you to go to the second-floor private room yourself first. Okay, thank you. Xiao Xian smiled faintly, turned around and headed towards the main door. The man looked at that beautiful back, suddenly felt a chill on the back of his neck, a headache. If he didn't see Xiao Xian's fierce expression flash by, he would have thought that it was a white lotus. TSK, I don't have the ability like young Master Tang, it's better to stay a little further away. When Xiao Xian arrived at the private room on the second floor, there were already many people here. Looking at these people, some were still arguing about the bowling victory or defeat, some were holding microphones, preparing to sing a song before the meal, the older ones who looked like they were seriously discussing things at the side. There were also some who were gathered together to chat. In the dark corner there were also a few couples sitting together. Xiao Xian slightly observed a bit, lifted her foot and walked towards a group of girls. She couldn't always rely on Tang Yu, she had to rely on herself to make friends with these people. Qiao Xian had a reason for choosing this pair of female students. There weren't just these girls here, but groups of 3 or 5 were also sitting with other men. If not, they were people in this circle who were somewhat famous, like Yao Yuyu and Xiang Xing. If not, they were some women brought by men. Of course, Qiao Xian didn't consider herself to be this type. The rest were all female students with some background, so Qiao Xian temporarily classified herself as this type. The pair of female students saw Qiao Xian walking towards them, but didn't say anything, still chatting with themselves. Qiao Xian wasn't angry, just sat to the side, listening to them chat. "Your name is Qiao Xian, right?" A somewhat pretty female student sat next to Qiao Xian. "I'm Zhou Yan." "Yes, I'm Qiao Xian." "Hello, Zhou Yan." Qiao Xian nodded slightly, very happy that someone finally responded to her. "I know you, you are a third-year senior in the foreign language department of the academy." Zhou Yan strongly encouraged, "I heard, you are also the beauty of the department." The surrounding female students also looked this way. Qiao Xian gently smiled, "No, you are also very beautiful." Qiao Xian's appearance was 7-8 parts similar to Yi Jingye. She was indeed very beautiful, moreover in her perception of men, she was the typical gentle type like water. Zhou Yan enjoyed Qiao Xian's compliment very much. "Qiao Xian, you look very gentle." On one side, a female student admired and exclaimed, "Nowadays male students really like this type. Just don't be like Qiao Rua, extremely arrogant." A female student immediately loudly agreed, obviously this person and Du Rua were not in harmony. Women have always been seen as more outstanding than themselves. Although the Qiao family's background in the city was not very good, Du Rua's status in this circle was not low. The main reason was that although Du Rua's maternal family only had Du's mother left, their influence in Shangjing still existed. So leaving aside her status as an illegitimate daughter, why is it that Qiao Xian, who is also the daughter of the Qiao family, can only receive everyone's indifferent expressions? Rua has been spoiled since she was young, and is often irritable, but she has no bad intentions. Qiao Xian explained softly, with a gentle expression, showing the image of a tolerant older sister. As soon as she finished speaking, the main door was pushed open.